at the 2012 Vintage and Custom Show in Chicago. And of course, I've got to do a segment with Joe LUOMA, my good buddy, every year. Joe, how you doing again?
I'm doing good, Jim.
You
How about
haven't changed a bit.
Oh boy, I've changed a lot in this
Same
last
hat,
year.
same shirt. What's going on?
I haven't changed my shirt.
All right.
Sorry about that.
We're behind the salad bar once again, waiting to be amazed by Joe LUOMA. He's got some cool stuff. Joe, take over. What do we got?
Well, let's start with Buddy's drum up here. A couple years ago, I had everybody on the edge of their seats saying I had Buddy's drum. I had this undercover, and everybody thought it was the Buddy's drum. And when I had Steve Maxwell here, we unveiled it, and Steve almost peed his pants. It was so funny to see this Buddy's drum. But so anyway, we're thinking about maybe doing something with that, maybe giving it to somebody at the end of the year who has the nicest booth, and then having them give it to somebody else. So we might start a tradition with Buddy's drum, who knows. Over here we have, there's your typical 6.5 by 4, not typical, a 6.5 by 14 Black Beauty, totally uncleaned. A lot of grime on that drum, but
now, is that new this year for you, Joe?
Unclean drums, yeah. I think I've just.
No, this
the dirtier
drum,
I get, the dirtier I like my drums, Jim. It goes with the shirt, you know.
Did you just get this drum this year, or is this something
Oh no,
you've had for a
I've
long
had
time?
this for a couple years.
Okay.
But the 6.5 by 14, 10-2 Black Beauties are very rare. There's only a handful.
What is the floral pattern on there?
That's just a 1, 2. It's a 2. I think it's a 12 point.
Okay.
Just a regular pattern.
Okay. Now is
This
that
drum,
something? Is that something you're going to clean up or no?
This is clean. This is like it came. Original, the calf skin heads. Isn't that pretty? Just a nice example of a parade drum. Now, parade drums aren't valued nearly as much as regular 5 by 14s or 6.5 by 14s. But this one is so pretty and original that I really like the drum.
Well, I like the application. Many times now, the ones I've seen before have been held on by tags.
Yeah, look at it. It's all intact. Everyone is nice. You really like to see a drum in that condition. That condition is just beautiful.
Okay. Lovely drum. Lovely drum.
Here's a 1920s duplex.
Now this is the type of stuff I'm interested in. I call these like perforated drums. I've
Right,
always
they
been interested in those.
You can see they have the wood underneath the metal on the hoops. And they always have the, I think it's 16 lugs on this drum. And this one's just in beautiful shape. It's hard to find them with the original tag on them.
And this is not the usual tag. You see, to tell you the truth, I've never seen this duplex badge.
How are your eyes, Jim?
I'll tell you. Well, it's a duplex drum. Okay, trademark, regular, made by the Duplex Manufacturing Company, patent, blah, blah, blah. But seriously, this is not one that I've seen before. That goes along with the circular duplex badge right here. And I must say, Joe, that this is nickel plating, right?
Yes.
But this is really good. Did you work on this?
No.
Oh, what's the story behind this? Where'd it come from?
I got it from a collector named Lynn Miner, a collector from Arizona many years ago. And Lynn was nice enough to sell me the drum. I don't know. I haven't heard about Lynn for quite a few years.
And is this 15? Would you say this is 15?
Yeah, I think it's 15 or 15 and a half. Sometimes they're weird sizes.
Okay. And our snare strands, what type would you call these?
I don't know what those are.
I mean, there's cat gut, there's wire, there's silk wampum. I've seen them before, but this is just like twine. But
isn't it pretty?
And give us a year. What do you think?
It's in the 1920s.
Okay, that is beautiful. This is the type of thing that I really gravitate towards, guys. This comes under the heading of perforated drums. The Kahn company put out a perforated drum that's very interesting, similar to this.
Inside joke, Jim?
What's that?
So these are vent holes?
Well, yeah, these would actually be vent holes, okay?
There's a
but
lot
if we're
of
talking something like this,
vent holes in this drum.
Yes. Now this drum we were talking about before. Of course, we know the story about this. If you want to know more about this drum, we have an interview with Mike Corrado, Bonnie Carlos, Dave Brown. Oh, that's the big interview. And you'll see more about this drum. This is a very rare drum, very rare, but you'll get the inside scoop on it. Too much for us to talk about right here.
I'll just name it quickly. 1936, a Ludwig 1936 Silver Anniversary Black Beauty. There are only 4 of these original condition, and there's, I believe, 1 that's been redone. It was stripped and re-blackened. And that's gold hardware, and they made it for 1 year, 1936, in the heart of the Depression. This is the first Black Beauty and the only Black Beauty with the Imperial lug, and that Imperial lug is a self-tap. Not self-tapped, it's tapped.
Yes.
It's not a flexible insert in there. Made it for
Like
1 year and they quit.
This would be an insert right here,
Yeah.
okay?
Where you can come in at any angle.
These, if you were to strip this, that's it. You have to replace the whole lug. Although Mike Corrado's come up with a little fix for that. He was telling me about the...
Oh, the bubble gum thing?
Yeah. Well, there are screw-in inserts now. This drum we've covered,
Yeah,
2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
Now it looks like we've got
These,
some pink
I brought
oyster here.
these.
I love this.
Now, what'd you say, Jim?
Is
What'd
it
you call
pink?
these?
Pink? I called them pink
No,
oyster.
it's not pink
I
oyster.
am wrong, lady.
This is
not,
oyster pink.
now
That's what Ludwig called it, oyster pink. Everybody else calls it pink oyster.
Okay.
Oh, and Ludwig also called what people call black oyster. They called it oyster black.
Right.
And they also had oyster blue. Oyster was first.
Very
These
nice.
are wonderful examples of this color. Sometimes this finish gets so bad looking and stuff. It looks like roadkill.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liam Mulholland, for that. Roadkill. But these are just wonderful versions. And here's a good example. Well, these are mint.
I can't
Transition badge and a police serial badge.
Look at this.
And this is nickel hardware, and that's chrome hardware.
Now, take notice, guys. He just said nickel hardware and chrome hardware. This is proof that nickel can be buffed to a very high luster, but it still has, some people refer to it as just a yellowish tint. As a
goldish tint.
Yeah,
I like.
and
this is a bluish.
Tint. But still, nickel doesn't have to be dull nickel. It can be buffed up to a bright luster. Very beautiful drums, very nice quality, very typical of what Joe LUOMA always has in his collection. The finest, the best.
See that head on the bottom even?
Yes.
There's the Weathermaster original.
Good weather. Right, okay.
Orchestra snare.
Yes.
I don't know what's on the bottom. I don't know if I... Oh yeah, there's the
Another Weathermaster here. That's all original. That's great.
There you go. I have the original top heads, but they're not on
We would like to move around front here. Come on, Joe. Let's move around front here.
Good luck getting out of that little slot there, Jim.
What would you like to show us
over
next?
quickly. Over here, two Camco 18-inch sets. Here's 2 examples of Camco tuxedo lugs, 18, a 12, a 14, and a snare. And there's the round aristocrat lugs, 18, 12, 14. Very rare snare. That would be like their wooden Dynasonic. Pick it up, Jim. Bring that drum over here. And if you hold the bottom up, see it's their Dynasonic version. And let's move on. We got a lot of drums. Over here we got Mike LESKOVITCH. Mike, hey
now,
Jim,
this is
am I
something,
taking the show over? Jim,
yes, you are. It's your show right now.
Your show,
now,
Jim.
I am so excited about this, and I saw it on YouTube. Steve Maxwell had it. Guys, this is something I would love to own. It's beautiful. Joe, tell them why this set is so valuable and why it is one of a kind. Go ahead. I dare you.
I don't have a clue. Is it valuable?
For you guys, this is an autograph of the stars. Some of you know what that is, but there's a reason why this is so one of a kind.
I wouldn't call it an autograph of the stars because there's no stars in it.
Right.
I would call it autograph on white marine pearl.
Okay.
It's probably a prototype set. Probably the only one made. You can like it. Steve Maxwell's drum site has the whole story on it.
Yeah.
And there's all LEEDY's endorsers. Is Sonny Greer? Mike, have you seen Sonny Greer? Oh, you got to have Sonny Greer on there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But everything seems to be.
They wouldn't put a lug over Sonny Greer, would they?
Everything seems to be an untouched.
It's in beautiful shape. Show them the snare, Mike.
Yeah, let's see the snare. Look at this.
Charles Greer. Okay. Sonny. Okay, there we. Okay, and then let's go over to the finale.
Mike is holding this snare. I wanted to see something. Mike, look at there's fade, but it's really not so bad. That's really not a bad fade at all. How do you feel holding that, Mike?
$1 million.
Isn't it? Now this is the owner of this set, Mike LESKOVITCH. I'll tell you, we were talking a little earlier, and he's got a lot of pride, just like I do. He feels the vibe from this set, don't you? I'm so glad that you got this set, because you're the type of collector that needs to own something like this. You're going to take care of it. You're going to take pride. I'm so glad. Congratulations once again. This is a great set for a great guy. Mike LESKOVITCH, he deserves all the accolades. He had a green nitron snare, Gretsch Birdland snare last year. He's got some primo stuff. You guys don't know about him. Mike LESKOVITCH. He's a big primo collector, just like Joe LUOMA. Thank you, Mike. Now, there's some other stuff to go with
now,
this.
here's the finale. I never thought I would come across a finish like this. Let's move this chair out of the way. This is a 1951 Gretsch, 22 bass, 13/16, deep snare, and fortunately the cymbal hole is to the side instead of on top. 1951. The head is off the back of the bass drum, so you can even see the inside of the shell.
I've never seen this Duco on pearl like this.
Most people have never seen this. I've never heard of it. There were a few drums on eBay solo in this finish a few months back. Now I'm going to show you at the end.
Okay.
This came from Minneapolis. The original owner bought it from Growth Music, and here's all the receipts and the payments.
Oh my God.
I'll give you his name. I want to talk to the family first.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got this set. I'm going to play it. He would want it to be played.
When did you get this? Is your set now?
Yeah, I got it about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, this is fantastic.
And
Joe.
everything I have, I got through word of mouth. I didn't buy anything on eBay.
Oh,
Everything
wow.
is from old-fashioned detective work and just contacts. And
now, only a couple times have I seen the Duco pattern over pearl, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now name that color, Jim, because it's not named, so you can name it.
What, this and this?
I got a name.
I'll call it Maroon Duco.
I call it Kahlua and Cream.
Kahlua and Cream.
Even take a look. The hoops are even painted the same color as the coffee color.
Yes, I see that.
They're not black.
Yes, I see that.
So that attention to detail.
Oh, and everything is primo.
Yeah, you love to find them like this.
Sheesh. Only you, Joe.
This is serious prov right here. Serious prov.
Only you, Joe LUOMA. I'm telling you, you're a primo collector as usual, and you didn't let us down. I'm so excited. Every year I come to see Joe LUOMA, and he's got stuff like this. You guys, look for Joe next year at the Chicago 13, the drum show. Joe,
are we going to finish with a song?
Your choice, once again. Last year it was Sonny and Cher.
Almost Heaven,
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.